just stop chewing.
But like, we're promoting biltong.
Ah. Hi everyone. Hi.
It's been a while.
A very long time. We've been busy. We were working. We actually have day jobs.
So we can come back and do this without any interference.
Exactly. We were working, feeding our babies, paying our mortgages, paying cars.
Yeah, running from
because banks
debt
don't
collectors. Care. Today we are talking about
Dam. I think Dam was the first time I realized what the genre of the show is. It's a psychological thriller. So what it does is that it literally works on your mind. So they use a lot of sound. They use a lot of camera angles and to paint the thrillerness. What is the story about?
The story is about land. This land was taken from the people that owned it originally, and then they did a lot of sacrifices in order to keep it, using, what would you call it? These little girls, these princesses.
Virgins.
Yes, virgins. They use virgins in order to feed whatever beast. The mermaid. There's a mermaid that they keep talking about, of some sort.
Please, may I assist you?
No. There's a mermaid they keep talking about, right? This mermaid needs virgin blood. No, virgin sacrifice. So I'm a little mermaid. Always take school kids.
I actually don't think that you have said anything about what this film is about.
And then there's a Miguel. Miguel comes back from Finland.
I have not missed you.
Welcome home. It's good to have you back. I always felt like I had a giant tree standing next to me. And now that he's gone...
This town, look at it. It's perfect on the outside, but underneath, there's a lot going on. People do not want that to change.
I've never met anyone from Chile before.
Then I'm glad to be your first.
She's Jacob's daughter. I don't think we should let an outsider inside her.
If I were you, I'd leave this the hell alone.
The house is trying to tell me something. Why do I feel like he's controlling me from his grave? Your father only ever wanted what's best for you.
I always knew he loved you more than me.
I thought you were different, Yolanda, but you're all the same.
Carl, you're not safe here.
She's coming to collect.
You're the worst of them.
Dam is about the story of a family that in the family, the father of that family was the founding father of that town, and he was rescued by Umamlambo from the indigenous tribes of those people. But Umamlambo fell in love with this guy, and then this white man that he saved from the river, and she then fell in love with him after saving him, and then she wanted to procreate with him, but being a white male, he then jippoed, and he and then the whole town was named after him. So Uyewa Ropa Umamlambo, and then every year they had this, or every once in a while they have a ceremony for Lo Mamlambo that was ropad by the father of this land. So the story starts at a part where there has been drought for a while, and they need to give an offering to Umamlambo. However, the Mamlambo had other offspring who were black and indigenous to that land, and those offspring are now taking the whole matter to the land claims court. So we come at that point when the land claims court issue has been lodged, and we're at Belgium.
Somewhere there.
Yeah, from somewhere out there.
Places.
And she comes back to find that her father has passed on because the father committed suicide. But
He couldn't deal anymore.
so this guy who committed suicide sleeps with his own sister and sleeps with his daughters. And then continues to sleep with other little girls from a school that he built.
Yeah, that he built.
Because he didn't want other people to violate the little girls, because he wanted to violate them himself.
Then one girl escaped and then was deemed crazy.
Yes, she ends up in a mental institution. I felt... Wow.
Now, I've got notes. Let's start with the
good stuff.
We're starting with the good stuff, no? Yes.
Why can't we start with the bad stuff and then end with the good?
You can't start with the bad stuff. How? Imagine
That
someone
was the
saying
entire
that.
thing.
Can you imagine? I watched it because it was shot well.
The cinematography is amazing.
Yes. Yes.
Wow.
Miss Silent.
They got the shots right.
Yes.
They got the location right.
The grading was great.
The grading was great. They got the actors correct.
Talents for the show.
I think you're a very amazing human being.
You look good.
Always look
You
amazing.
look amazing.
You're a great actor, Palance.
Yeah, for action. I feel action is a Palance thing. He can run, he can jump, he can punch, he can...
He's for drama scenes.
He's for action.
The last time I watched Palance in this type of context was on Shadow.
In fact, the last time I enjoyed Palance was on Debbie Push's.
Actually, I'm just saying the last time I saw Palance play a very similar role to this was on Shadow, and I was gutted, and my shadow did leave me.
Watched one episode and I didn't continue.
I watched the whole
You watched the whole series
of Shadow because I kept hoping that something different would actually happen.
You love pain. Now let's talk about the getting into bed part. First of all, that was really strange, one, but there is something that I liked that happened in that scene.
What?
Where Yola sees the reflection of her father.
Yeah.
That's when we knew that the father raped her. That is such a beautiful reveal. I've never seen it happen anywhere. I commend you guys. Good job.
And then she froze. And you could tell that her younger self went back into that moment where she didn't know whether you scream or whatever. Did he penetrate?
He didn't, because he then saw the hair was not the
Didn't he
girlfriend.
see the hair also?
You know the house is dark and it's weird and stuff, and then you just get into the bed, you just like start fondling. Hi guys, I'm sure they don't even smell the same either.
Nobody smells the same
They
as that.
don't. They don't.
Also.
You know your girlfriend, hey? Hi, bo.
Trash.
Hi. There's a nice shot where it starts off with the eye of the aunt, and then it pulls out while the aunt is listening on the conversation at the sangoma, which is the daughter lady, right? The camera pulls back, and then we just see her slowly. That for me was also lovely. It was done so well. It was smooth, you know. Focus puller, you're out here, you're doing the most. Lovely stuff, guys.
Uthembisa daughter keeps growing and expanding in leaps and bounds as an actress, and that excites me because Uthembisa, I think I'm one of the people who just kind of like said no, she's just Anela's sister
Me too.
and what
I'm guilty of that.
I was very guilty of that, and as time progresses Uthembisa is showing herself as really a rich and textured actress who does not conform to roles that are only created for this type of person or whatever, and that excites me.
Who was your favorite character in the show?
My favorite character was the crazy guy,
The crazy white man. He looked like he had
He
answers.
looked like he had answers.
He said he could listen.
And he's
then
listening
like,
to where the borehole water, and then he uses a stick. You know that like our forefathers, like our ancestors, like from the Namib desert and from the Kalahari, actually did that. So I automatically had an affinity towards him because I'm like, oh my God, he's doing shit that my forefathers did, and you know,
I love that man.
No, he was really special. He was a special Smurf. We are now at what does not work.
Yeah. I felt like they held on for too long. They shots. I just held on. I feel like the suspense was too forced in some parts, and the duration of the suspense was unnecessary, especially towards the beginning. It's like, okay, what's actually happening here? They just kept holding and kept holding and kept holding, like, but it's not scary. It's like they were trying to make it scary, and it just fell flat.
Like, can you get over it? Yeah. There's a part where the taps are dripping.
Yes, I'm thinking about
and I'm just like, oh, okay.
Why is the tap dripping? Is there gonna be a mamlambo coming out of her hand?
Like, is there a swamp thing gonna happen? I was expecting some like deep,
like hectic, like something
some
coming
nice,
out of the water, like
rising, but no,
frogs.
These taps just keep dripping, and then they're frogs, and I'm just like, oh, wow, so underwhelming.
That was so unnecessary.
The father has died. He stood under a windmill to cut his head off.
Yeah.
Can I just tell you, as a person who grew up in the village, that you cannot put your head under a windmill.
It's not fast
and
enough.
It becomes decapitated.
No.
It's not a real thing. It's not like a
helicopter propeller or a...
Not the truth, guys. Not the truth.
Not a thing.
Not a real thing. What are you doing to our audio? Okay, she gets home, and then they leave her alone and Lini to sleep alone when the father's funeral is the following day. True story. True story.
Trash.
In South Africa.
Yeah.
And then the following day, everybody is at the church, blah, blah, blah. Mogel Orobet. Guys, it is your father's funeral.
No one tries to come to the house.
They left you alone in the house.
Never.
It's true. Yeah. So, okay, Marafia Lapa, she is a mess, she is tardy, and blah, blah, blah. And then she bursts into the church. And she fucks up the whole procession.
Who announced their tardiness to the whole
We
congregation?
are at the funeral.
Sorry. Jet lag. Go sit down. I'm not crying. I've got it. Go sit down. You're not crying. You're gonna cause a scene. No, I just want to say it. I want to say it. I want to say it.
Very strange. Very unnecessary.
Maybe we don't understand it because we don't come from that community.
Maybe.
And I know that it is fiction, but it's always nice when fiction kind of like ties to reality.
Yes,
so that's when I kind of like got a disconnect.
The scary moments came too soon.
What were the scary moments?
The girl in the passage. The girl in the there wasn't
a follow through.
There wasn't a follow through. I don't get why that girl was a thing. She haunting the house because of what the father did, or was it just a normal drowning? Because if it's a normal drowning, and why would it?
I feel that she was haunting the house because her father was trash. She was just coming back to kind of like come and get me. You know, like how a spirit. Us as humans, yes. When somebody has an accident far away, we go with that branch, and we like come home.
We just walk around with this branch until we get home. That's what
so they didn't do that for the little girl. They didn't do the branch thing and fetched her from like the dam.
Which the dam is in her yard. So why are we fetching her?
You have to fetch her because she drowned.
Put her in the house.
No, like I don't know, like two was a go-go.
So the girl, I feel like it came too soon.
It did. And it wasn't. It wasn't. So that girl appearing and disappearing and running around and laughing. it didn't lead me anywhere.
No.
I don't feel like it told me anything new or...
I didn't see there was no resolution for this girl. There was a time when the nurse was she was possessed, right? I didn't understand that possession. I didn't get it. When she was like a beast and she was just wild and trying to eat people. In fact, she was feeding off people. Who possessed her? Was it the old man? But the old man was still in the water because the old man pulled the girl down. So, why was she...
I think what happened with this series was they wanted to tackle the whole issue of Umamlambo, Land Claim Act, people...
possessed her.
But Umamlambo would not do that, because if Umamlambo had possessed her, then Umamlambo would have been in the grandfather who was in the water, right?
Yes.
And the grandfather was in the water dead,
yes.
Right? So was he then fetching her? So was Umamlambo fetching her entire lineage of people who had claim to the land and just killing all of them? Like,
I didn't understand. Also, this lady
it was very
eating...
random. Yeah. So, Ness lady, at the beginning, I felt that she had powers and she could kind of assess and read into the situation and understand when Umamlambo wanted things. So I felt that she was trying to channel that the father's under the water and he's not happy because the reason he was there was because of...
In fact, let's establish the relationship between the father and the old man, right?
Yeah, look, Miss Fisher, that was their thing. They argued. So they would sit at the bar, get a bottle of brandy, and argue like an old married couple.
What, can you remember anything they said?
No, not really. No, I remember Lazarus was quite angry. What?
Was he angry at my dad?
Yeah.
About what?
Something about a cove or a cave. I don't know. They kept going in circles, threatening each other.
Threatening each other.
Yeah, no, it got heated.
And the guy kills himself.
And then now suddenly, the old man's daughter gets possessed. And she now eats humans.
And Umamlambo does not eat people.
And then she has this huge wound that kept growing.
Can I just say the series confused me? Did you find it palatable? Did you find it an easy watch?
It was not an easy watch. It took me quite a long time to watch it.
Why did you make us watch it? You made us watch it. You made me watch it.
The house is trying to tell me something.
The house did not tell her anything.
I felt like the yellow raincoat signified the next girl that's going to be sacrificed.
It did, though.
I feel like that little girl that haunted the place was sacrificed. Was the last sacrifice that happened, because this one at the mental institution ran away. So now the village owed the Mamlambo a girl, but then old man died before he could do that. Now the aunt and everyone needs to make sure it happens, or else they will lose the land. And remember, there was drought now. There was no, you know what I mean, because there was no sacrifice that happened.
Do Mamlambos require sacrifices?
This one clearly does.
I just know that Mamlambos, according to us, people who don't know much, Mamlambos require fruit.
Yes, they're actually not bad entities unless you use them for
evil.
bad.
They're not evil entities.
They're not evil.
That's not what we were taught.
No, Palance. I'm saying no because I feel like you always gravitate towards these type of roles, and I feel like these roles don't really suit you so well. That's why Ngesho the last time I enjoyed
it's really
watching
not his fault, hey?
I enjoyed him on TMB Pushes. But also as an actor, you need to understand
he did not choose himself in this role.
Oh, but it's also
the casting director chose him.
Also, when you receive a script, you're just like, I can do this again.
I am defending you, Palance.
But I understand your look. I understand your feel. I see what is being trying to be done here. Gumnandi, Yolanda's making out with Palance is a nice thing, ne? They're making out on the porch. And then Yolanda sees the little girl popping up at the window.
The blueness of the sky.
Out of nowhere, sees a little girl popping up. Ne? Guess what she does? She gets dressed and runs into the same house
where the
and
little
the
girl
ghost.
is, and locks herself in the bathroom.
Agani, perhaps. Okay, what's with the pig guy?
Also,
What's with the pig
wait,
guy?
I needed to say this. There was gratuitous
Yeah.
violence.
Heavy.
Gratuitous
Against enemies.
violence in this thing
Nah,
that
guys.
made no sense.
It made no sense.
There is no sense in the scene where the piglet is being killed.
No.
There's nothing. Like, nothing ties it back into why are we killing the piglet.
No.
There's just gratuitous violence.
You smash a piglet against a wall.
I literally had problems with that. You do not smash a pig against the wall for no reason.
No.
If you had said to me, "Oh no, he smashes the pig," and then we start seeing more of his anger issues, then I would understand. This guy smashes a pig into the wall, and then we see him a couple of times, but no, guys.
They have terrible subtitles.
Oh, guys,
Terrible subtitles.
Higher ass full subtitles.
It's like Showmax required or asked for their own subtitling after the movie. It's as if they didn't have a project
file.
They
on
subtitled on the exported movie.
That makes fucking sense.
Serious.
And then they used different fonts. Guys, it's so bad. The spelling is terrible.
Eon is sleeping.
One eternity later.
The mom couldn't take seeing her other daughters being molested by her husband.
Yes.
That's why she was
And then she was taken to a mental institution where they basically silenced her. That institution works with the old man that killed himself. The doctor was part of the ritual, right? Silenced the mom and then also silenced Yola. Yola kept getting medication and then she stopped eventually.
When she got back there. Because her medication went down the drain.
Yes. And when she started being unruly, asking a lot of questions, they then admitted her to the mental institution again.
Because of her
there's
sister.
a file and there's a history. Yes,
Yeah.
the sister really sold her out. So there was all of that. So now I'm wondering if maybe they broke up with the pig guy because she was mentally unstable.
No, they
according
broke
to
up
them.
with the pig guy because the pig guy has got a problem because he just threw a baby pig, a piglet, against the wall.
He's a piglet killer. He's like Luca Magnotta. He just kills things.
He just killed a piglet. They did a big injustice to Tembisa.
A big one. She did nothing
big
for a healer.
injustice. Is
You
that
know?
a scripting issue or a Tembisa issue?
No, it's not a Tembisa issue. It's a
It's a
character.
it's
I'm
a
talking about the
scripting,
scripting.
yeah.
Yes, I'm talking about the character. Tembisa, when now you did what you were told. Clearly, it looks like you were doing what
Yeah.
you were told, and you were not given much. What did the old man actually do in the story? What was his role besides being
Actually,
the young? Why was he revered? Was he even revered?
Was this another case of a black story being told through the white gaze? I mean, was it?
I don't know, because they didn't try to use.
They're black characters. Please, can you tell us what the whole point was?
I felt like they referenced
everything.
there's a Marvel story called The Runaways. I don't know if you know it. Wawa, you should probably know this.
I'm not gonna watch it. I don't not even wanna watch it.
The Runaways is basically this. I said Yola in episode 7 just walks out of the asylum as if the only security is that nurse with the syringe. Did Yola not escape so easily? She could have just done that. Did you watch Midsommar?
No.
The horror?
No.
Midsommar also leaves you like this. Like you just go, what the F? I can give them one here.
One
girl.
So
Why
you're not
one girl?
considering the focus pool.
Why one?
One
Please
is for it looked good on screen.
And they say I'm harsh.
No, you guys hurt me.
This thriller, no. I'm gonna give this film a 3.
Hey! Mukhala makapa. Yeah!
Mandabadala, when you are writing in stories of black people, please do phone black people that can advise you on scripts and can advise you on characters and can give you credible things to do with your black characters within your stories, And once again, with this story, just like on Poppy Nongena, I felt that the story would have lived beautifully on its own without the black people. And the issue that they're tackling, which is the land claims issue, is a black and white issue.
Yeah.
And it does require more interaction from blackness.
Yes. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, share.
Notifications.
Yeah, click notifications when we post so that you are the first to see our stuff.
We know that we haven't been posting.
Yes. Bye. Bye.
Subscribe. Do all the things.
Do the things.
You guys.